All right, we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, coming at you from lovely San Diego. And hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. Today, we're going to talk about books, and we're going to talk about speed publishing, and we're going to talk about cutting out a lot of wasted time in the pursuit of your book. I know that a lot of you really want to get a book done at some point. But instead of taking action, instead of getting it finished, you make excuses. You say, oh, I'll do it someday, or I don't have time, or that's cool, maybe in 5 years. At that rate, you'll never get it done. And I want you to really buckle down on your author journey and your goal to be an author, getting your book out there, getting royalty checks, using it for book signings, getting on TV. Like, a book can elevate you in so many ways. And being a 15-time author has helped me get on TV, get a bunch of media interviews, led to speaking gigs. It's created a lot of opportunities I wouldn't normally have. So today, we're going to be talking about how to speed publish your book and some things that are going to blow your mind, where people go wrong in the self-publishing process, and then a way for you to work with me where we can get your book done in record time and get it in your hands. I've been publishing books, self-publishing, for over a decade, and it's led to a lot of great things. It changed my life, literally. And I just wrote about something that I knew. I started off writing a book for teenagers, and it was almost a form of therapy at first. It was a way for me to speak directly to kids that maybe had bad families like I did. This was one of my first books, is Teen Juggernaut. Actually got me on TV. But this book was my way of communicating with younger people, teenagers, and letting them know, hey, it's okay to have a bad family. You can still be successful. You can do anything you want to do in this world. I'm with you. I believe in you. And I'm absolutely going to market this book again and give it the attention that it deserves. And what happened in my own life was that I was writing and publishing books faster than I could market them. And as I started working in PR and getting better at it, my PR skills developed, but I didn't turn around and go back to old projects and old books. And now that I'm kind of full circle, and I have all these cool PR powers, I'm going to be marketing my books more. But what I want to focus on is that a lot of people talk themselves out of writing a book, and they make excuses. And you got to ask yourself, is the desire stronger than my excuses? As I got into the publishing process, I got faster at it, and I got into speed learning, which is how I went from high school dropout to PhD. Speed learning is fascinating. And all you do is build systems and processes to make a procedure faster. And I outlined it in one of the books I wrote, The Next Level Supercharged. This might be the only speed learning book in the country. Once again, going to be marketing this one soon too. How to do any job or skill better, 16 learning techniques, blah, blah, blah. Point is, when you apply speed learning to publishing, you start getting very, very fast at producing books. And so for those of you guys that haven't written a book, but you want to, and none of it's really true. Right out the gate, if you learn the self-publishing process, it's free. And depending on what service you use, obviously. But as I went through this, I started to discover some things. First of all, it's not hard to publish a book at all. It takes about an hour. It's free to self-publish a book. The main time is in content creation, editing, formatting, getting a good manuscript ready to go, print ready. Okay. And I was talking to one of my business partners because we're doing this published workshop. We're teaching authors how to self-publish in a week's time. We're going to give a week's training, and we're showing them the framework from my book, One Day Author. I wrote this book from an idea in 19 hours, like literally wrote, got it published in my hands, 19 hours. You just have to wait for the printing. But it got me thinking, if I can do that, if I can write an entire book and get it done in 19 hours, why the fuck are people paying $10,000 to $12,000 and waiting 3 months to get their books done? It's not that complicated. And maybe, as much as I fucking hate the word disruptor, I might be the disruptor for the book publishing industry. And some people might not really like me. And that's okay. So anyway, I was talking to Jillian, and she's my business strategist, like coach, spiritual advisor, mentor, partner in business endeavors, whatever. And we said, you know what? Why don't we put our money where our mouth is? We're going to do this workshop next week. We're going to teach people how to get their books done super, super quick. We're going to give them press releases. We're going to give them magazine coverage in Shift Magazine, reviewing their books. We're going to teach them how to pitch media. Like it's a ridiculous PR package on top of book publishing. But why don't we prove the model? Why don't we prove the concept? And so Jillian and I challenged each other, and we're like, why don't we take these concepts and why don't we both get a book done this week? And we both ran with it. And my goal was to write something bigger than The Body Man. The Body Man was my first fiction book. I wrote it with Kate Monroe. It's about 320 pages, I think. 330. So it's 330 pages. And I said, why don't I write a bigger book about being a business celebrity with my tactical CEQ program, and I'll just put it out there at 340 pages. And I'll have it done in days. I want you to think about that. Think about writing a book this big in days. And this is where the average person is like, okay, dude, what's the catch? Are you using the shit out of AI? Do you have like 6 people from Fiverr each writing a chapter? Like, what's the catch for being able to publish books without sacrificing quality, without paying a bajillion dollars in ghostwriter fees? And so in One Day Author, the framework, I outline how to get a book done in 24 hours. And I'll be really clear. It's 24 hours non-consecutive. Don't burn yourself out trying to do this whole thing without sleep. That's dumb. But it's called 24 hours, or sorry, it's called One Day Author because in the equivalent of 1 day's time, 24 hours, you can have your book mapped out, written, and have it published, and literally waiting for the printer to send you a printed copy of your book in a 24-hour span. And if you're writing a smaller book, even faster. Okay. So how do we do this? How do we break down a 340-page book? The first thing we do is we break down our hours. If we have 24 hours to write this book, this is how you map it out. You pop out 1 hour for strategy. Strategy means, what are my chapters? What's the cover going to look like? Do I have an account with the self-publishing website? Do I have my front matter? That's the stuff in the front of the book, like mapped out. What design elements am I going to have? You have a 1 hour strategy session. Once you answer all those questions, you get them solidified, you know what's going on, then you jump into content. You give yourself 6 writing blocks of 3 hours apiece. And I don't care if you do them 1 a day. I don't care if you do 6 hours in a day. I don't care if you do 3 hours a day. However you want to do it. This is your framework. But you allot yourself 6 blocks of 3 hours. Then you give yourself 2 hours for editing and formatting. The difference is editing is your spelling. Do the words make sense? Are there any grammatical errors? The punctuation messed up, whatever. Formatting is, do you have a manuscript ready version, ready to go to be turned into a PDF that's sized correctly, that has margins, all that unfun shit that formatting entails. You give yourself 2 hours for that. It literally takes 1 hour to publish. Once you learn this technique and the website to go to and everything, it takes you 1 hour to publish your book. You upload your document, you insert your ISBN, and then you figure out how much your book's going to cost. You upload your cover, click print, order one copy. There you go. You're done. And then you have 2 hours left over for miscellaneous. So let's say you need more time for writing, or the editing goes a little long, whatever. You have 2 hours that you can draw from. And this is your 24-hour framework. 340-page book, dead serious. So now I broke this down because I challenged myself. If everything goes right and I stay on task, I'll have this done Friday. I'll have a 340-page book written Monday through Friday, five-day period in less than 24 hours. If it goes longer, it'll be Sunday. I'm not super worried about it. I'm not trying to kill myself out here out in these streets. But then you make your writing schedule. You're like, okay, day one, I thought of this shit. And so I did my 1 hour strategy session. I did a little bit of writing. Today I did about 2 hours of writing, got up at 4:30. And my goal today is like chapters 1 through 5. It's going to be 70 pages. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be chapter 6 through 10. That's going to be another 70 pages, 70 pages, 70 pages. And then formatting, editing. And by the end of Friday, if I've done everything right, I will have sent this to the printer. I will have a 340-page book done being sent to my house that I can start marketing, start making the marketing materials. By the time that bastard gets here, good to go. I'm going to check the printed copy, make sure it's good. Hey, congratulations, Rob. You have a 340-page book that you did in 5 days in under 24 hours. This is how you get your book done. And guess what? I will show you the exact framework of how to do this working with me one-on-one. You get a group session, a one-on-one session in the published workshop. You can find it at published24hours.com. And you will work alongside me. You'll work alongside Jillian. You'll learn how to do this framework, how to map out your writing schedule, how to get your book done in 24 hours or less for $9.97. And on top of that, you're going to save 90% of the cost of a ghostwriter. And then I'm going to make this even more valuable with a crazy PR package. So let's say you get your book done in the time allotted. You get a group call for 5 days where you're on this group call. You're learning how to publish. You'll get a one-on-one session with me for an hour anytime you want to use it in your process. But you're also going to get a copy of One Day Author so you can learn how to do all this stuff. So you have a nice like physical copy in your hands. And then the reason you want this book, One Day Author, there are press releases in this. Scannable QR codes with templates for fiction and nonfiction. You literally scan these and you'll have your press release template. And guess what? Oh, there's a media pitch in here for you too. You can literally copy this and it tells you how to pitch the news. And a 30-day Facebook post plan. So for 30 days, you'll know how to market your book on Facebook. All of that in One Day Author. You'll get your copy. So you'll get access to the 5-day workshop. You'll get a one-on-one with me. You'll get a press release. You'll learn how to pitch the news. You'll get your media pitch template. You'll get a copy of One Day Author. And you'll get a guaranteed book feature in Shift Magazine. All for $9.97. There is no one offering this kind of value for $9.97 to get your book done. So if you want to know more about this, join the published workshop at www.published24hours.com. And I will show you guys exactly how to speed publish so that your name will appear on these books. So it's a good feeling, let me tell you. 15-time author, royalty checks coming in, media interviews, speaking invites, searchability on Google. Google Rob the Warrior Strategist. And you'll be like, holy shit, this really works. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, especially TikTok, follow my profile. Go to www.published24hours.com. It's published with a D. It's the past tense. And you can find out how to speed publish your book, get it in your hands, get it done faster than anyone. I'm one of the leading speed learning experts in the country. I will literally have another book done before your weekend is over, this coming up weekend. I want you to be the next author that I create. I want you to get your book done. I want you earning royalties, keeping all your rights and your IP, learning the process of being an author. Because guess what? If you get really into it, you can write a series. And with everything I teach you, you will know how to publish again, again, again. I got a 5-book deal writing the Body Man series because I know how to publish. Consistent revenue, working with amazing people. You can do ghostwriting. You do whatever you want to do. So check it out, www.published24hours.com. I cannot wait to help you get your book done, finished, in your hands. All right. That's all I got. You got any questions, feel free to message me. I love talking about this stuff. I'm super excited working on my own book. It's going to be the Tactical CEQ Guide to Being a Business Celebrity. I'm already just jamming through it. It'll be my 16th book. All right. You guys got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks so much for checking this out. Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, 15-time author, currently founder of Shift Magazine. And I will see you next time. As always, stay famous.